Right, we're live and we're here for a midweek, midday special. Liam, got Justis Huni coming up here against Leandro Daniel Robutti in the heavyweight division. I'm very familiar with Justis, not too familiar with Robutti. I know he's been stopped in 5 out of 6 defeats. I know Justis Huni fought on the Saudi card fairly recently. I think it was this card last year, Day of Reckoning, if I remember, against Kevin Larena, who we know quite a bit about. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him. It's always a bonus, mate, for us, isn't it, to have a bit of boxing on in the middle of the day. So yeah, we'll take it as it comes. We'll cover this one, the co-main event, and obviously Conor Wallace fighting Wellham in the main event. So yeah, we'll have a look. You've watched most of the card, haven't you, so far?
Yeah, I've had it on in the background, and I was just saying to you before we went live. It's a very, very, very different vibe to what we're used to in the UK. Like, this is probably the equivalent of us getting a show at the York Hall or the Indigo at the O2 or something like that. But, you know, you've got dinner tables around. There's a full dinner going on. The ring announcer is also doing the post-fight interviews as soon as the fight finishes. It's fantastic. I'm really enjoying it, but it's just a very different vibe to what we're used to. But
absolutely.
Hey, I can put the job hold on. I'll put the job search on hold for a couple of hours. I can walk the dog this afternoon. Boxing always takes priority.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. How often do we ever get cards on at this time? Probably about 4 a year or something. But we got 2 in 4 weeks. Jael Pataya's back, isn't he?
Free, mate, because we got Inoue as well.
Oh, Inoue, yeah, of course.
We got free. By the time we get to the middle of January, we would have done 3 of these, which is class.
Yeah, that's right. There's a really good chief support to Inoue as well. I can't.
I've got the card up here. Give me a sec.
Yeah, it's beating me now, but I looked at it last night and I was like, that's going to be a cracking fight. So I'll definitely cover that one too.
Yeah, definitely. Look, you know what you're going to get with Inoue. He's one of the most exciting fighters to watch in the world. Yoshaki Teke, isn't it?
Takai, yeah, Takai's fighting, yeah.
WBO bantamweight. So yeah, mate, look, what more could we want on Christmas Eve than to have a bit of boxing to watch?
Yeah, that's going to be a great card to cover. So yeah, mate, three. That just shuts up me then. Three events in the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks, on at midday-ish in the UK. So fantastic stuff. Obviously, all roads are leading towards Riyadh next Saturday for the biggest fight of the second or biggest fight of the year. Anyway, they both involve Usyk and Fury, whatever way you want to look at it.
I'd say the ramifications after this one for both men make this bigger than the first one. I know it's not all 4 belts,
yeah.
But when you look at where Fury goes and what even Usyk might do if he wins, there's nothing saying Usyk isn't going to retire after this. We know how much he's missing being in Ukraine, being able to help out with what's going on between Ukraine and Russia. So, I could see a scenario next Saturday where Usyk has the belts back wrapped around him and he retires after the fight. That wouldn't surprise me at all, even after a win. So, in terms of ramifications, I think it makes it bigger. But we were just talking. They've been playing loads of adverts, and they've just played that fantastic promo again. I'm just watching that promo.
Oh, the promo is brilliant. Big up, Jams Boxing Chat. Thanks for joining us, my friends. Hope you're well, mate. I hope you've enjoyed the card. I saw. I think you've been watching it, Jams. I saw you tweet something earlier. So, yeah, good stuff, mate. I think Liam's watched most of the card as well. So, mate, how good is it having boxing on at this time of the day, Jams? You cannot beat that. Saves the all-nighter.
I feel a million times better than I did sitting here on Sunday morning with you. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, 100%.
No, right. Look, all roads lead towards next week. Netflix have got their documentary out, preview, going through all the build up to that first fight, which looks good. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to probably save that for the start of next week just to tip it in. That's a Turkey promotion, so the same people that produces pre-fight trailers have done that documentary, so you know that's going to be good to watch. So. But, you know, it's a good card as well. You know, obviously we're going to go high on the main event, but it's a good card and we'll be...
Yeah, McGrail and McCann, I can't wait for that one. That's the standout for me. It was obviously Madrimov and Boachuk. Yeah. But, yeah, McGrail and McCann's going to be a really great fight. Well, Robutti's on his way down to the ring anyway. So
Robutti's in for me, mate. I've got Justis Huni doing a bit of a VT before he comes out.
Yeah.
McGrail, McCann, I will probably say it a few times next week. Park the fact that this should be headlining either in Liverpool or London. It's a fantastic fight. Like, this is another one of those fights that you think, do we need to be seeing in Saudi, if that makes sense? But it's a cracking fight, and credit to both for taking it at this point in their career as well.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, I've kind of just come around to the fact that certain fights are happening in Saudi now. It is what it is. For us, selfishly, I've been a boxing fan for the best part of 20 years now. And my life has revolved around staying up and waking up for the big fights to happen in Las Vegas and New York and wherever it is, which I've been happy to do because I have to watch it live because I'm not one of those people who gets up in the morning and watches it. I have to watch it as it's unfolding. So I've spent my whole life doing that. So to have a little period here like we've had for the last 12 to 18 months where the big fights seem to be landing in Riyadh. And I know it's not great for some people, but for me personally, the way I see it is it's absolutely amazing that we're seeing all these big fights on a UK time, and it's as simple as that.
Yeah, mate, it's incredible. I mean, I'm the same as you. I can't be, I can't be watching fights the next morning or not looking at my phone and stuff. The first time I ever done it was when Hassan fought Pacquiao. I was 10 or 11 at the time.
Yeah. I was up for that one as well.
I'd rather stay awake all night and be a bit of a zombie the next day than have to hide.
Live sport is everything. Yeah, he looks a lump, Jams, doesn't he?
He's gone to the Marius Wack School of heavyweight boxing. Remember how Wack looked before he took on a Tama back in July.
Yeah, been watching since 8, Jams. You cannot beat the weekday boxing, my man. Yeah, make sure anyone that's with us, we have a few with us. So Jams Boxing Chat for the shorts and Boxing Media Hub, one of the best channels around. Interviews, watch-alongs, Jams and Joel, great guys, friend of the channel. So yeah, big up Jams Boxing Chat as always.
Do you reckon Robutti's enjoyed the 3-course meal that they're enjoying at ringside before?
Yeah, he was in the seats, wasn't he? Yeah, he's
had an all-you-can-eat.
4 bottles of wine and.
He nearly went everywhere. Here we go. Right, we got the guy in the very nice green velvety jacket doing one of his 6 jobs of the night, introducing the fighters here. Robutti 11-6. He looks like a geezer.
5 times out of 6. Huni's only got pleasure, Jams, as always, my friend. Thanks for being with us. Huni's 10-0, 5 knockouts, but he's 50-50. It's just a case for me in this one, Liam, whether Robutti will see the distance or not.
I think, look, Robutti looks like the type of geezer you see propping up your Weatherspoons bars on a Tuesday morning when you're popping through if you ever at a loose end. But for Heaney, the aim is to get him into bigger fights next year. Eddie's already said it. Spencer Brown's already said it. They're just giving him a tick over.
Yeah, his last 2 have been tick overs since Saudi. Like he hasn't really had a great year. If we're being
he was injured off the back of Saudi. So the reason we didn't see him until the summertime is he had an injury. I'm not sure if he had surgery, but he was definitely injured. So yes, 2 tick overs are disappointing. But as long as we now see him go towards, you can get him at Commonwealth heavyweight level and being Australian, and then fringe world level next year. I've got no complaints.
You've got the big fight for him could possibly be Terramona Jr. when he comes through, and also Aussie v New Zealand, Joe Parker, if he improves at the trajectory that he's getting the big push. Justis Huni, I haven't watched a whole deal of him, but I'm looking forward to watching this here.
Mate, I tell you what.
No, just about to start. Vance, sorry, thanks for joining us. The fight's just about to start.
I'll tell you what they're going to do with him, mate. Whether whether this fighter wins or loses next week in Saudi. Dempsey McCann, they love, don't they? And all Aussie midweek fight. I can see that being a Wednesday morning fight next year.
Look, he'll take Moses rounds, in my opinion, but he won't beat him.
Yeah, no, he won't beat him. But if I'm being, that's how I can see it going. And all
he'll take him rounds. He'll give him rounds. That's why he's been bought in, Dempsey McKean, but to give Moses a Talma rounds.
And he'd do the same with Justis Huni, and then it would be looking at it going, okay, right. So that's a former IBF number 2. That's good rounds, and that gets him a ranking as well, most likely, because McCann's still ranked with 3 of the 4 governing bodies. From having a quick look the other day in prep, ready for next week. But here we go. Referee is giving his final instructions. We are underway in this 8-rounder.
Yeah, I don't see it going 8, but my prediction would be Justis Huni to stop him within 5-6 rounds, I would suggest. But yeah, let's have a look and see how things go.
If Robutti can get off his stool for 8 rounds, I'd be quite surprised. I mean, his guts hanging over his shorts here as he comes out to start the fight.
I love it.
That Weatherspoons analogy is looking more and more apt, actually, now seeing him in his shorts.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, look, you've got our own coin. And as you can tell, Riyadh Season are heavily involved in this event. They're on the back of every single ref's top if you look at them. And
yeah, Riyadh Season in conjunction with Matchroom, isn't it? This one, I believe.
Oh, Gold Star, Spencer Brown and Gold Star as well.
Is Gold Star the lead promoter, are they?
Yeah, it's Gold Star, and then it's single.
Weird, it was advertised on Matchroom's website and everything when I was looking into the preview. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's because of Justis, because Huni's a co-pro between
right.
and Matchroom, so that's probably
that makes sense.
Yeah, look, it's good. We're taking the mick. We're not taking the mick, but we're having a bit of a joke of it. But getting these cards in Australia, giving these fighters opportunities, without this Gold Star deal that they're doing with Australia, Oppenheimer would probably end up getting stripped again, wouldn't he? So we wouldn't be seeing his fight in 3 years.
Yes,
You've got to take the positives of it.
Yeah, 100%.
As Huni's moving through the gears here, he hasn't really let any combinations go yet, but he's finding head and body. Head and body at will, isn't he?
Yeah.
Robutti
for the first bit.
Robutti is in. No, he's just thrown a nice 1-2 that's connected there, Robutti. But he's we know what he's there for, if that's being kind to the fella.
Yeah, if he can survive a few rounds and give Justis Huni some rounds, then he's earned his paycheck. He's earned his 3-courser.
Another one after the fight. Look, it's good to see.
DJ Pat, how you doing, my friend? Gold Stars of boxing. Good man, Pat. Yeah, hope you're well, mate.
That's 2 nights in a row. You better have some good ones for next week. We're live 6 days out of 7.
Yeah, I know. Massaging the ego, DJ Pat. You're welcome more often, Pat.
Mate, someone's got to do it. I'm here. I need my ego fluffed every so often.
Yeah, the body happy to sit on the ropes, just take kind of.
He's just let go of a good left hand actually on Huni there, Robutti. He's come off the ropes like a bat out of hell there. He's going to have a go, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Karen Gill's joined us. Thanks for joining us. I think Wallace will win by KO, maybe a bit later in the fight, personally. But I do think he'll get.
Probably go to the second half. I would imagine
the South African's 23 years old, very inexperienced, like you say. So yeah, I would suggest. Well, if Conor Wallace has got any aspirations and they are talking about him as, I know he's 14-1, but they're talking about him as potentially, being a future world champion, the Irish Aussie. So look, if he's got any aspirations, you're going to have to deal with this guy.
Mate, I completely agree with you. And Conor Wallace is another one of those fighters that's starting to look at the light heavyweight division, knowing it's going to open up next year or in 2026. And he'll...
Yeah, there's so many, isn't there, mate? I agree with that. There's so many on the outside looking in, and that 175-pound division, we all know the belts will fragment.
Yeah, mate, so this is for the WBO Oceania title. So he was ranked in the top 10 with the WBO already. So that's on a domestic front. That's Buatsi is the interim champion, fighting Callum Smith on the February 16th card. So, that's a potential option further down the line. But I need to see Wallace do something tonight. As I'm looking at Robutti on his stall here, he already looks like he looks a bit half-baked after the first 3 minutes.
He's 10-9 for Justis Huni there. No real issue. Robutti didn't throw too much.
When he needed to throw to get off the ropes, he went like a barrel with his chin in the air. He could get caught by it. He looks spent. Does Robutti? DJ Pat said Huni will take this. Not to go. Yeah, agree with that. Yeah, the only chance Robutti's got probably is chin in him. So. Yeah, which is what he's trying to do. I would rather see Robutti throw his hands and go out on his back than, try and just duck and move for 8 rounds. No one needs to see that. Oh, good right hand from Huni there.
He's just going in and out, isn't he?
Oh, here we go. Justis Huni, he's letting his hands go at the start of the second round to head and body. How is Robutti still standing here? Some great shots going in.
I don't think he's the most powerful heavyweight, Justis Huni,
No, perhaps the aesthetic look of Robutti. As Robutti goes down, he's probably making the punches look bigger than they are. Taking an 8 count here, went down from a short uppercut there after a sustained attack. His nose is broken by the looks of it. Blood spurting out of it. He doesn't want any more of this. He's saying to the referee, no, the fight is over. That was a 40-second barrage there from Justin Huni. And by the time Robutti went down with his nose splattering claret, he wanted no part of it. He said no more to the referee. The referee gave him every opportunity. He asked him 5 or 6 times, do you want to go on? And he said no every time. But Justis Huni has done exactly what he needed to do, exactly what we wanted him to do. And look, Dempsey McKean, next year, probably on another midweek show, is where I reckon they'll go with him.
Yeah, look, it makes sense. He needs to step up. Yeah, number 2 with the IBF. That's right, Jam. So he's protecting a big ranking. Connor Wallace, over. Huni did put him out, but he did not want any more of it. He didn't at all. Pat, you're absolutely right. He kind of hit him once on the way down, almost. I don't know if anyone saw that. I don't know, or did it?
He already had the shot. He already had the shot cocked, didn't he? I mean, it wasn't full power, but look, Robutti done well to sustain. You look at that cut on his nose now. He's been pieced up.
Yeah. How old is Justis Huni? I think he's 26, 25, is he?
Yeah.
So, he is a baby for a heavyweight, but at the same time, Daniel Dubois is 27. He's IBF heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, Huni's 25.
25. But, and Daniel Dubois is, an exceptional fighter. So, not everyone's Dubois. But when you look at who he's fought already in his career, and he's 27 years old, he's fought Joe Joyce, Usyk, Lorena, who Huni's fought, Joshua, Philip Hrgovic, Jarrell Miller,
Usyk.
He's fought all of these guys already. There is a bit of a narrative for me that goes around about the heavyweight division. And I do agree that, you look at Fury and Usyk, they're 36, 37 years old, Joshua 34, Klitschko, when he was in his reign, he was, 32 to 40 years old, whatever it is. I understand that heavyweights, have more longevity than the lighter weights. I get that. But, you can still look at, Mike Tyson and his peak was in his earlier years. And, you shouldn't just move a heavyweight slow because their peak is 32, 33. Joe Parker was another one. He was world champion by 25, I think, something like that.
Well, he benefited from all the belts fragmenting after.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he won the WBO against Andy Ruiz, didn't he? Look, let's see it moved on, man. We don't need to see 8 rounders against people like Robutti when you fought Kevin Lorena over 10, I think it was, in Saudi.
Yeah, it was over 10. Look, mate, I completely agree with you. I'm just, like I said, he definitely picked up an injury in that fight, which is why he's had a slow year. If they move him back nicely next year, I mean, he's got the match room. He's got the match room influence, doesn't he? So he will get offered fights. There's enough fights there for him, and Gold Star look after him as well. Like I said, I think the Dempsey McCann fight will be the way they go, regardless of how he gets on against the Talman next week. And then it's a case of what do you do after that? Because that will get him a ranking if he doesn't have one already. He probably is fringe ranked, isn't he, with some of the governing bodies?
Yeah, I would say so, definitely. Yeah, his next one's going to be interesting because you've tread water now for a couple. Let's see. And I think you bang on the money because Matchroom and everyone are trying, and Tasman fighters, they're all trying to build in Australia, do a big Aussie heavyweight fight, Dempsey McKean versus Justis Huni. I completely agree.
And the Aussies love doing it. Jeff Horn has done a couple of all Aussie ones. Tim Zoo's done them. Liam Parra's done them. They love doing them.
Yeah, you're right. Young Guns and heavyweight is crap with fighters. It'd be fun to see how long do you keep his belt there. Yes, definitely, Pat. It's a bit of a shark tank at the minute, isn't it? The heavyweight division. Every corner you turn around. I mean, look at Dubois, for example, which is why I think it makes sense for him to take the Parker fight. His mandatory coming up after Parker is more than likely going to be Martin Bacoli, who nobody wants to fight. So yeah, look, it's you may as well take the hard fights and the big money fights because you've got nowhere else to go really. It's going to be tough regardless.
Robutti's nose is still absolutely pissing claret as they've just done the decision there.
Yeah. So I rate that from Justis Huni though. In the second round, he just come out and he's like, right, scrap it. I'll come and finish this guy. He had a look at him for 3 minutes and then.
He probably knows when the plan is to get him back out. It wouldn't surprise me if we see him back out again by, say, March time next year. So he doesn't want to take any unnecessary risks. I'm pretty sure the injury, I'm sure Jams might know a bit more than me, was with his hands after the fight against Lorena. So that's, he doesn't want to take any risks because his hands are a bit fragile. So, yeah, look, he's done the job.
Yeah, that's what we've been asking. Big up, Big Supreme. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. No, I'll have a look and study of it, and I'll get you one up by the end of the week for that one. That's a DAZN card on Sunday, I believe. I had a little look at it yesterday. I haven't had a chance to look too much into the matchup just yet. I know it's on DAZN because I looked at the schedule yesterday. So now I'll have a little look at that one for you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm looking now. Yeah, it is Sunday.
I'm sure it's on DAZN.
1 a.m. Yeah, Golden Boy 1 a.m. Sunday.
Yeah.
Crossover.
Look, there's some
like we said,
serious fights on in the next week. There's so much midweek action on. Morning, Luca. Thanks for hopping on, my friend. It's there's all sorts of there's US and Canadian cards on Thursday, and there's pro box cards on.
Got a WBC convention card tonight, which is headlines by a women's T-belt unification fight. So there's all sorts going on.
Who's on Saturday? Is it Big Supreme? My bad. I thought it was Sunday for some reason.
Yeah, well, it's Sunday morning for us, mate.
Okay, right. That makes sense. Who's broadcasting the WBC card?
I don't know, mate. I've been trying to find out all morning. I have asked Hawkan because he was the one that told me about it. So if I hear anything, I'll let us know to put it out. And
then also, Hawkan said yesterday there's potential for a midweek card next week from Riyadh. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be another prospects card. So you've got the prospect that Joe Gallagher's got. You've got the one that Paul Smith trains with. Virgil Hunter. So there's a couple of, I think it's going to be more local fighters than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
Look, if you get
the put Vong and who else did they put on at Wembley?
You done Cameron Vong, you done Craig
Richards? No, it was what's his name? Chris Congo, not Craig Richards. Sorry, Chris Congo. Yeah. Look, those 3-4 fight cards are good, and I'm just looking because Matchroom picked up this York Hall card on Friday. You've got Carol Atoma, Maisie Rose Courtney, Jimmy Sane, Shannon Ryan, George Lydiard. So, look, they're in fights that they all should win. But you picked up that card on DAZN Friday night as well. So there's plenty of boxing coming up. God, there's all sorts on. There really is. December's just absolutely packed.
And that's a Matchroom co-pro in association with Huge Boxing. So
Huge Boxing is the promoter, yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty much all Matchroom fighters that Eddie's allowing to get out. And obviously Carol Atoma is with Frank in Queensbury, isn't he? Moses' older brother. Yeah,
there's too much on. There really is. Like next week's going to be completely dedicated to Saudi, obviously Fury Usyk. But if there's cards on midweek that like this, that can be watched and done, and they're going to get done.
Yeah, look, Fury Usyk's fantastic, and then just when you calm down after that, you got a new way on Christmas Eve. So
yeah, it's technically a new way fight week all the way through Usyk Fury fight week as well.
Yeah, so I think from something I saw earlier, they're doing grand arrivals for the fighters on Thursday for that press conference on Friday. So they're it sort of will tie in towards the end of the week, and then the fight's on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, mega fortnight. You're right, Luke. Yeah, that little period, the 21st up until Christmas Eve, where you've got Fury Usyk and Inoue Goodman is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Chief support to Inoue is going to be great as well. Takai, like we just mentioned, and then the whole Riyadh card, really. Yeah,
mate, it's the whole Riyadh card is.
Look, just being straight up about the Riyadh card. I've no interest in Isaac Lowe against Lee McGregor. And then Johnny Fisher against Dave Allen is, okay, it is what it is. But I am a bit gutted that, and I'm pleased for Ish Davis, obviously, but I'm a bit gutted Madramov's off because him against Boachuk would have been absolutely phenomenal. That would have been.
You're telling me you don't want to see Isaac Lowe get his 100th chance in the Fury undercard to try and do something?
Yes, I know.
Now, you're right, mate. Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen is, well, it depends what Dave Allen turns up because that could be over very quickly. McGregor should take Isaac Lowe to school. If I'm being really honest, that should be how that fight goes. McGregor's should be too slick, too smooth.
Yeah, I would say so in that one.
And then, the reason we're interested still is because Ish Davis has jumped in against Barancic, but not getting the fight it should be is disappointing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, it massively is. Yeah, I heard that, Pat. I just read that not long ago. Yeah, Catrol Barbo's been agreed.
That needs a hell of an undercard because that's a tough sell of a main event.
Yeah, that does need a good undercard, most definitely. Yeah. I'd imagine
Manchester start the year strong. You've got the Chisora Walling card and then this a week later if that's how they do it. So it's a strong start to the year for Manchester in boxing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're going back to back weeks probably there, aren't you?
Both at the co-op. Definitely, Jack Hassel is going to be at the co-op again by the sounds of it. So
yeah, it's tough, to get the locals to come out back to back weeks though as well, especially when it's Chisora's last dance. So
it looks like that Queensbury card's going to get stacked up with some other decent fights as well. So Eddie and Matchroom may struggle, may see a few black persons across the co-op.
Yeah, definitely. I'd imagine Wallace will be coming on soon, so we'll wrap this one up and we'll move into the Conor Wallace stream shortly. Thanks for joining us.